Okay, so we've got x minus 1 cubed, right hand full is x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1. So we were always taught to do the last two brackets first. And whenever there's no symbol in between two brackets, it just means times. So you're just timesing the two brackets together. So first two will do x times x. So if you imagine x as being, you can write x as 1x. They just don't put the 1 in these. There's just 1x there. Times x 1. And if you times powers together, which of powers is like the 1 here, that is just like adding them together. So x1 plus x1 times x1 is like x1 plus x1 is just x squared. Then the next bit, we would take the x from that bracket and the 1 from that bracket and times them together. So x times minus 1 equals minus 1x. And then you would just do the same from here. So minus 1 to the x there. So it's just the same. X or minus 1 times x equals minus 1x. And then you add those two together because they're exactly the same. So you get minus 2x. The symbols are really confusing. These ones here, I always get confused by them. And then you do the last two in this bracket, which is minus 1 times minus 1. Minus times a minus cancels the minus out, so it just becomes plus 1. And then you would write that out as, so remembering the first bracket, x minus 1, bracket, x squared, which comes from here, and then minus, because the minus comes from here, minus 2x. So if you just imagine that that minus belongs to this 2x. And then look at the next bit. So it goes 2x, x cubed, x squared minus 2x plus 1 from there. So if you imagine that plus belongs to this 1 bracket. So we'll go on to the next bit. I'm sorry in this bit if I get a bit confused, but I think I understand. So you do the same thing. You would do x times 2x squared. So as I said, just imagine x on its own to have a little 1 there, and you add the powers when you're timesing x's. So x1 times x2 equals x cubed. So then the next bit is you would take the x from here, I'll just draw it there, and then the 2x from here. So you're basically working your way down this equation. So this x has done something with this x, so it's not going to do anything more. And now we're moving on to the next number in this equation, which is minus 2x. So x, if we write it again, is like, just remember x1, and then times minus, because you got to remember that minus belongs to that 2x, 2x, and put a 1 above there. That equals minus 2x squared, because you're just adding that to that. But then you've got to remember, you've got to do the 1 as well. And the 1 hasn't done anything yet with this x squared. So I'll do this in a different color, I'll do this in green. So this 1 hasn't done anything with this 2x. So I'll draw that over here. That becomes minus 1 times x squared. So if you're timesing that by that, that then just equals minus x squared. Okay? Okay, and then I'll do this one in purple. This x here hasn't again done anything with this one here, this plus 1. So dot that line in purple over here. So x times 1 equals 1x. And then in blue, I will draw this minus 1, though, hasn't done anything with this minus 2. So the thing to remember about this is everything gets times by the first thing in the bracket and the second thing in the bracket. That's how you go through it. So this goes down here, and then we'll do it as minus 1, because the minus belongs to the 1, times minus 2x. So adding 1 to anything, timesing 1 by anything doesn't change it, but because that minus is there and there's a minus there, minus times a minus is a plus. So that becomes plus, that equals plus 3x. I always write the plus like that because that'll help you when you actually write out the full equation in just a second. So that's the last, and the last one we've got to do, there in dark green, is the minus 1 and the plus 1. I'll do that over here. So minus 1 times plus 1, a minus times a plus is a minus, and 1 times 1 is 1, so equals 1. And then you've got to write everything together, starting with the highest value of x. So we've got x, and then we just do bracket, highest value of x is the first one we did, which is x cubed. And then the next highest value is x squared. So let's find the x squares we have. We have got a minus 2x squared here, and a minus x squared here. So because these are the same, you just add them together. So minus x squared plus minus 2x equals minus 3x squared. And the next one we're going to do is the number with just the 1x. So we've got 1x here, and then we also have got, oh wait, I'm so sorry, that becomes 2x because 1 times 2 is still 2, so that becomes 2x there, sorry. So that means 1x plus 2x equals plus 3x. And then we have got the last bit of it, which is just the numbers, which is here, which is minus 1. And just to make the next bit quick, because it's only 1x, you times this x by this one equals x4. 1, and remember, as I said, you add the powers to make it easier. So 1x plus minus 3x squared equals minus 3x cubed. And then 1x times 3x, if you imagine the ones there, that becomes plus 3x cubed. No, x squared, sorry. And then the last one is x times 1, which equals minus 1x. And there you go. I hope that's the right answer. I'll go check on your message. It is! Yay! So I hope that helped.